The only way to make money is to not send people to the hospital.
Hi, everyone. Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Mark Bradshaw.
And I'm Brenna Rose. A Tulsa attorney is making national headlines with an $82 million verdict in the case of a woman who died while she was an inmate at the Tulsa County Jail.
Victory is shining a spotlight on the industry of privatized inmate health care. NewsChannel's Burt Mummolo reports on the tragedy behind this record-setting verdict. Burt?
Mark, Gwendolyn Young was just 52 years old when she died. The verdict sending the message that the phrase health care shouldn't mean something different just because you're behind bars.
For me, it feels like it's yesterday.
This is Deborah Young 8 years ago, sharing her grief with us over the death of her mother, Gwendolyn, while incarcerated at the Tulsa County Jail back in 2013.
The autopsy report states that she died of a blunt force trauma to the head.
She had an internal bleed. She had fallen and hit her head and had an internal bleed, and she had all the signs and symptoms of a head injury, and they denied taking her to the hospital, and she died.
Last Friday, just over 10 years after her death, a Tulsa jury sent shockwaves with an $82 million verdict.
It's the largest civil rights verdict for any single individual civil rights violation in history.
To get a judgment of that size, attorney Dan Smolin made the case of profits over patients.
Private health care in a correctional setting is designed to be indifferent. It's going to kill people. It's going to torture people to death.
The contract the private healthcare company had with the county, says Smolin, incentivized them not to send people to the hospital since the company would be on the hook for the initial out-of-pocket expenses.
The less amount of people that get sent to the hospital, the more money the private healthcare company makes.
Somewhere along the line, somebody stopped caring about what happened to these people. And it's not a black or white thing, it's a human thing.
In the trial, Smolin presented evidence of Young languishing for days and asking to be taken to the hospital.
She asked, yeah, she specifically requested, and they repeatedly told her, you're not going to the hospital.
Back in 2015, when Channel 8 asked then Sheriff Stanley Glanz about the private health care provider, he said,
the system is not right now, and we're trying to help it along.
The message from the sheriff's office today: since Sheriff Regalado took office in 2016, the Tulsa County Sheriff's Office has changed jail medical providers, instituted the use of new technology, and mandated additional training to ensure the proper medical and mental health care of inmates at the Tulsa County Jail.
You know my response? Yeah. I believe that there is still the same killing mechanism in the Tulsa County Jail that has always been in place.
While the old company may be gone, says Smolin, the business model of privatized inmate care persists.
With privatized correctional health care, the system itself is indifferent to an inmate's needs. It has to be for them to profit.
We reached out to the parent company of Correctional Health Care, that's the company at the center of this storm, for comment, but did not hear back. Ms. Young leaves behind 3 children and 15 grandchildren. Reporting live, Burt Mummolo, News Channel 8.